You know, Bob.
So, you know, you invited me to the show. You didn't have a lot of publicity, which you did. I was on the Tonight Show.
By the way, for those who, we are two different people. For many
it really wasn't that big. You know, you had it at the Veterans Memorial, and they didn't have really a big venue. They didn't have this expo hall that they have today. It was a much different experience. But I knew they had a vision. Jim Lorimer, you know, with Arnold, had this vision of making this something great. And as you can see, 30 years later, it's something just amazing.
Big Ronnie. There you go. 2 champs. How many Olympia? 8, 9, 10, 12. Boom. 12 years. That's a long time.
Well, I wish I had a few on my side that he has.
Oh, you got enough. You got more than enough.
The question is Phil Heath going to break your record?
Oh, yeah, easily.
So?
Come on now, who's going to tell you?
This year. Gotta get to 8 before you get to 9.
That's right.
You'll get it.
Big Steve. How's it going, man?
Thank you, Jake.
See you today?
Yeah, I said that.
Hiretara. Hey, you look great, man. Hi, Miss O. Hey, Lionel, ça va? Ça va bien?
John right here, joined by 3-time Arnold Classic champion, 4-time Mr. Olympia. Jay Cutler is in the house with Kai Green. Backstage here at our pre-warm-up for the 30th Arnold Classic. And Jay, you take me back a little bit because it was 2002, 3 and 4, I believe it was, that you won this championship. And we're a long ways from that here at the 30th anniversary. How does it feel to be back here and dressed nice, I might add?
Very. You know, it seems like just yesterday I was on these stages, and of course we're in the old arena in the veterans over there. But you know, it meant a lot to me back then. You know, I was knocking for Mr. Olympia. I was looking for a big title, and what's better than the second biggest title in the world in the Arnold Classic, and to come over here and be one of those winners, and now be representing the 30th anniversary is pretty amazing. To actually be here and be part of it for it. I'm actually here for 24 years.
Yeah, and you were still pretty young, I might add. Any plans for taking the shirt off anytime soon? And I know last year in Dubai, you guys were posing down at the beach. Interesting. It's an interesting look.
That's right. We got some legendary opportunities.
Kai Green Con. No. we had a side bet on that.
Yes.
We look good. Are you still training? Like, how is it now?
I'm still training. I mean, I'm training more for just staying in shape, just trying to be fit. It's just funny because we look more, really not looking as muscular now, and just being in better conditioning. And my diet's kind of regimented towards that kind of look. And, you know, I'm still doing cardio every day, and I'm in the weight club 4 days a week. So I'm not trying to keep up to his size. It's a standard.
Is the focus now on just healthy all the way around?
I'll be honest. I mean, I was trying to be healthy all the way through my career, although, I mean, sometimes it didn't appear that way, and everyone always makes the comment that, man, you feel so much better now, and it wasn't that I didn't feel so great at 290. I was pretty nimble at that way to be able to move around and be able to function, but, you know, I just feel better now being able to work and fit with better clothes and, you know, not have to eat as much. I think that was the biggest adversity I go through, was trying to get the meals and the preparation, and you eating, you know, probably double what I eat now as far as portion size. And now I'm a little more lenient on those types of foods, although I still eat, you know, several meals a day. I'm still focusing on, you know, trying to get in my nutrition values, but obviously not to maintain a 300-pound physique.
Well, Jay, you're an interesting read because you actually left the Olympia stage with an injury. Took a year off, you came back, and did you ever look back at trying to maybe do it one more time? We saw Flex Wheeler come out of retirement after 13 years, and Kevin Levrone. You've been retired for some time now. Will it ever happen again?
You know what I can actually say, and I will say that is, I don't think I'm going to get back on the bodybuilding stage other than to receive awards or giveaways. You guys know I promote now. I do a bunch of amateur events. I'm fortunate to be able to do that. And I'm just involved in many things that keep me in the mix, but not necessarily working on the competitive stages, nor do I think that I can be competitive, only because I feel that now I don't have the mindset to know what it takes. I mean, we've all been on that championship level. We've been knocking at the door. You know, I've obviously won the Mr. Olympia several times, so I know what mindset goes into that, and it takes a lot of dedication and commitment, and it takes a lot less activities on the outside. It's eating, sleeping, training, and that's what these guys, you know, competing here today have gone through for the last 4 months. Bodybuilding is not just preparing for a competition. It's consistency, time to get to this level, to stand on the Arnold Classic stage. I mean, you have to have the experience. You have to have that consistency and that density. I think that's what we talk about most in bodybuilding, is the density, which takes years and years. So these guys can be competitive on this stage. The guy with the most density, conditioning, proportions, muscularity is going to win the competition.
How was the weekend, Jay? You just went back on stage for the 30th year with all the champions and stuff. How was that?
It was good. It was good to see some of the guys, the former champs, and people I haven't seen in a minute. And this has a memorable place, even though that's not the where I originally won the Arnold. I won in the Veterans Memorial, which is now not there. But it's just cool to be part of the Arnold weekend. It's always one of the shows that I always look forward to the most, because it kicks off the kind of the competition season. And of course, winning it a few times and being as relevant here as I am, it's pretty awesome now.
Let me ask you this: how is it? Of course, you have, you know, Gaspari and Ray and all these guys who have won at the beginning, but there's also the guy in the middle, kind of like you, and still the guy like, you know, like Dexter, who are still competing today, Dennis, Kevin, who's just about to go back on stage in a couple of weeks in Australia. It's kind of cool to see that.
Yeah, I mean, watch all these guys compete and win it. And, you know, for these guys still to be competing and have that urge to get back on stage, man, I wish I had that drive and that motivation to get back up there. But, you know, hey, everyone does it for different reasons, and we all move on to things that we're passionate about. And I always say passion is what drives us the most. And I really wasn't passionate about competing as much as probably some of these other guys. I was passionate about training, but the competition side, it wasn't something that I really was like, oh, I want to keep doing this. I didn't compete a lot compared to a lot of the top guys. So for me, it's just good to you know, just be a part of it and be able to be on the stage with those guys and share the memorable experience of 30 years.
Yeah, great. Thanks, champ.
And to see Arnold.
Of course. He's always got to see you. All right, thanks, champ.